Thai b8c thong mi quam and gao ti my sangsan. Tae nai quam and gao nan mi siang clock ti dang kuan ma jack din. La chai num kon nung fop wa lok ti kao yu and yu my mi kon nai man. Tup krang ti fra athat tak, quam le lum fra phi bon din. Le nai wan nan, kao dai hen quam jing ti my cry quam tua john pi dai. Ta b8c thong my tho ni ti suet. Man chom quam jing ti kon nung my koi clap ma bok cow. Beneath the golden sky, the light touched the rice fields with a soft glow. The air was warm, and the sound of crickets rose from the grass. Niran walked barefoot along the narrow path, his skin glowing in the late sunlight. He carried a small basket filled with jasmine flowers, freshly picked for the temple. Every step felt heavier than the last, as if something unseen was pulling him back. From the far edge of the field, a bell rang. It was faint, but strange, like it came from under the ground. He stopped, listening carefully. The sound came again, clearer this time, echoing through the wind. He looked around, but there was no one. A golden haze spread across the sky as the sun began to sink. The scent of wet earth mixed with the sweetness of the flowers. Niran's heartbeat grew faster. He felt the cool air brush against his neck. Someone was behind him. He turned quickly, but only saw the empty path. The trees at the edge of the field swayed gently, whispering. The sound of the bell came once more, now much closer. His hands trembled, the basket slipped, and the jasmine scattered on the ground. He bent down to pick them up, but the ground beneath his hand was soft. It felt like freshly turned soil, warm and damp. He pressed his fingers deeper, and something cold touched his skin. He froze. His breath caught in his throat. He slowly pulled his hand back. A thin, golden thread clung to his fingers, shining faintly in the dying light. He had never seen anything like it. It moved, as if alive, curling around his wrist. He tried to pull it away, but it tightened. The bell rang again, louder this time. The sound seemed to come from inside his head. He looked up, and the sky had turned deep orange, almost red. The fields shimmered as if they were on fire. A shadow appeared at the far end of the path. It stood still, tall and silent. The wind stopped. Even the crickets went quiet. Niran's mouth went dry. The golden thread pulsed with light, leading toward the shadow. He took one hesitant step forward. The shadow moved, slow and smooth. He could see the shape now, a figure draped in white, its face hidden. The golden sky behind it seemed to bend and twist. His chest tightened as the air grew heavy. He wanted to run, but his feet would not move. The thread pulled him forward again. Each step made the light dimmer, the air colder. He could feel the ground breathing beneath him. The scent of jasmine had turned bitter. The figure lifted its head. The face was not human. Its eyes were like molten gold, staring straight into his. The bell rang once more, breaking the silence. The sound tore through the field, and everything went white. The light faded slowly, and the world returned in fragments. Niran opened his eyes to see the golden sky trembling above him. He was lying on the ground, the soft soil clinging to his hands and clothes. The basket was gone. The jasmine flowers had turned black, scattered like ashes. His ears rang with the echo of the bell. It was distant now, as if buried beneath the earth. He pushed himself up, his arms shaking. The figure was gone. Only the wind moved, whispering through the tall grass. He tried to remember what had just happened. Had he fallen asleep? Had it been a dream? But the golden thread still marked his wrist, faint and glowing. It pulsed slowly, like a heartbeat that did not belong to him. He felt dizzy. The air smelled strange, not like the scent of evening or rain, but of iron and smoke. The sky above him shimmered unnaturally, the color of molten gold mixed with blood. He took a step forward, his bare feet sinking into the warm mud. Something moved beneath the surface, like water rippling under skin. Niran's heart pounded. He wanted to scream, but no sound came. He turned toward the path that led home. The trees that had once been green now looked burned, their branches twisting upward like hands. He walked faster, his breath uneven. The sun was gone, but the golden light refused to fade. It clung to everything, the air, the leaves, even his shadow. He looked down and froze. His shadow was not moving with him. It stood still, as if watching him from the ground. His chest tightened. He stepped backward, but the shadow stayed where it was. Then, slowly, it lifted its head. Niran gasped, because the shadow had eyes, glowing with the same golden fire as the figure before. The ground trembled softly beneath him. The bell rang again, clear and sharp. This time, it came from inside his chest. He clutched his shirt, feeling something move beneath his ribs. The thread on his wrist tightened, crawling higher toward his elbow. It burned against his skin. He ran. His feet splashed through shallow puddles of muddy water. The sound of the bell followed him, steady and rhythmic, like footsteps behind him. He did not dare look back. The village lights flickered faintly in the distance, but they looked too far away. The path curved toward a small wooden bridge. He crossed it quickly, the planks creaking under his weight. Halfway across, he felt the air change. It was colder, heavier, filled with the same strange metallic smell. He stopped. A reflection in the water caught his eye. He bent slightly, peering into the surface. The reflection was not his own. It was the figure in white, standing behind him. Its golden eyes glowed through the rippling water. He turned sharply, but nothing was there. Only the sound of the wind and the faint hum of the bell. He felt a tear slide down his cheek, though he did not know why. The golden light dimmed slightly, as if the sky was watching him struggle. He whispered a prayer under his breath, words his grandmother had once taught him. But as he spoke, the golden thread flared bright. It sank deeper into his skin, leaving behind marks like roots spreading through flesh. Pain surged through his arm, sharp and burning. He fell to his knees, gasping for air. The ground began to shake violently. The sound of thousands of bells filled the air. They clanged together, echoing through the valley like cries of trapped souls. The bridge groaned, splintering beneath him. He crawled forward, desperate to reach the end. The moment his hand touched the dry ground, everything went silent. He lifted his head slowly. The fields around him had vanished. Only endless stretches of golden mist remained, glowing softly under a sun that no longer moved. He looked behind him. The bridge was gone. The village was gone. In the distance, he saw silhouettes moving through the haze. They were human-shaped, but their steps made no sound. Each of them glowed faintly with golden light. They walked in circles, whispering softly to the earth. He called out, but no one turned. He stumbled forward, trying to reach them. The closer he came, the colder it became. When he reached the first figure, he stopped in horror. It was a woman, her face calm, her eyes closed, but she was made of gold. Her hands were pressed together as if in prayer. He reached out to touch her, and her body cracked like glass. Golden dust spilled into the air, vanishing before it hit the ground. Niran staggered back, his pulse racing. He turned around and saw more figures, frozen in place, farmers, children, monks, all turned to gold. Their faces were peaceful, but their eyes were open, staring at nothing. He tried to scream, but his voice was gone. The golden thread on his arm pulsed again, brighter this time. It spread across his chest, his neck, his face. He felt warmth turn to fire, fire turn to numbness. His vision blurred, but he could still see the sky, the same golden sky that never changed. He felt the sound of the bell faded into the distance, echoing across the golden horizon. Niran lay still, his eyes reflecting the sky that seemed to stretch forever. The wind returned, soft and gentle, carrying the faint scent of jasmine once more. For the first time, he did not feel afraid. The warmth that surrounded him felt familiar, almost tender, like the embrace of a forgotten memory. He slowly sat up, looking around. The golden figures that once stood motionless began to dissolve into the light. Their faces turned peaceful, their whispers turning into a soft hum that blended with the wind. Each shimmered briefly, then faded, rising like dust into the sky. It was as if the land itself was letting go. Niran looked at his hands. The marks had vanished. His skin was clean, untouched, as if none of it had ever happened. He stood, feeling the earth beneath his feet, calm, steady, real. The golden glow of the sky softened, shifting into shades of gentle amber and pale blue. He walked toward the edge of the mist. The path that once disappeared now stretched clearly before him, winding toward the distant village. The temple bells began to chime faintly, not haunting, but peaceful, a sound of home. He took a deep breath, the air cool and pure. The scent of soil and rain returned, grounding him in the moment. As he walked, he glanced back one last time. The field shone under the fading light, no longer burning gold but resting in calm silence. He saw a single jasmine flower bloom where he had fallen. It glowed softly, its petals opening to the breeze. He smiled. The sun dipped low, sinking behind the hills. The golden sky turned to twilight, calm and endless. Niran whispered a silent promise to remember, not the fear, but the beauty hidden within it. And as he stepped forward, the world felt alive again, breathing gently beneath his feet. The bell chimed once more, not as a warning, but as a farewell.